Hey guys, welcome back to Grit and Grace Farm. My name's Angel, and my husband and I and our kiddos, we are building a farm here out in East Texas. Moved up here at the end of May 2022. What year are we in now? Anyways, and we bought 4.5 acres. We moved from suburbia down in Houston, where we had a small raised garden bed in the backyard. With just a dog and normal everyday city life, and we moved out here to a bit of the country. We're not far out, but we're further out than we were for sure. And so we got, like I said, 4.5 acres, and we got pigs from our new neighbor, and they are awesome little piggies. So if you're new, welcome here, and if you're not new, thanks for coming back and joining us again. So I wanted to share with you guys today that last week, so today is Saturday, January 7th, I think. We haven't started back to school yet. We homeschool, and we haven't started back to school yet, and so my days are still all mixed up. I'm still on holidays. Anyways, so we're in the first week of January, and all last week, Matt and Finley were working on building our front perimeter fence. So we discovered a couple weeks back while walking the property that our neighbor on so I'm facing our property right now. The neighbor on this side over here, their fence runs all the way back to our corner, and then the neighbor on the other side also has a barbed wire fence that runs back to the corner. And we thought that the very back of our lot was not fenced, and we discovered that it is, and it's actually fenced fairly well. It's got a couple spots that are kind of weak and we probably need to go through and reinforce, but we do have fencing back there. So the only thing we need to do now is mark off this front part. But we have a circle drive, and we haven't quite figured out how we're going to handle that part. And we have a fence for our backyard over here. So on this side of the house, there's a run that goes back, and so like stray animals and things like that can get through there. So we need to block that off. And then this front part of our property was completely unfenced. And so what Matt went through and did was put up T-posts and hung barbed wire. He's got one more line of barbed wire to do just to make it a little bit tighter, but other than that, that's what we've got now. I'm going to show you real quick. So here is a limb from one of the trees that Matt felled that he went through and stripped the bark on and used as a corner post here, and then he's got one down there as well. And then we got T-post and 3 runs of barbed wire. What we're looking to do is put a secondary one here. So we got 1, 2, and 3. But there's a lot of stray dogs and stuff out here. And so we want to stick another one here between these 2 bottom runs just to help keep the smaller things like that out. Because we've got animals and we've got kids and we've got a garden that we're now building. So we really want to get that up. And so Matt's got that in place enough that now we can start working back here where the boys are at building our garden. So we got this run back here to this corner fence post here for the chain link fence for the backyard. And that's just a small area. And then we've got another barbed wire fence about halfway through, well, not halfway through the property. It's probably the first third of a way through the property. And then the back half is way back there. Anyways, so we've got that. But right now, we just did this just to keep this area enclosed. And then you guys will have seen in our little intro the soil dump. It's half compost, half organic, or half organic compost, half organic topsoil, because we've got a lot of sand out here, and so we needed something to just help with that. So I'm going to take you back here and show you what we're doing with our raised garden beds. We have pigs up here. We've been rotating them through here, which you guys have seen some of. But they're up here right now because these couple of trees dropped some more acorns, and so we wanted them to have that forage before we go into full winter. So once they clear this area out, we're going to move them again back over the back barbed wire fence into the back pasture, and let them start working on that area, which they have gotten so big So, Matt felled that tree in our last video, and we still haven't fully cleared it out yet. Slow and steady wins the race in this line. Well, I guess in everything in life, truly. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hello, Pigpen. Hi, buddy. So, back over here is where we're gonna do our first garden beds. And we have 4 by 12 by 8. Repeat that, what is it?
4 by 16-foot beds. 2 of them are going to get combined to make one 4 by 32-foot bed.
Yes. And then with whatever scrap we've got left over, we're going to do a 4 by 4. Right. Just a little square. Yeah. Might put like perennials or something like that in there. Anyways, so he is measuring out. We kind of walked this a little bit earlier to give us a rough idea of what we were going to do. Using this tree as a guard post, we're doing a walkway right here, and then having one bed and then a second bed, and then on the other side having one really long bed, and then there in the back having our square bed. And then we had just a natural walkway that, through having the pigs for the last 6 months, we've kind of worn down as we rotated them through this pasture. Oh, you did cover it with leaves? Yeah, it's right here. So the beds will, some of those beds will be there, and then future beds will be over here. Now we've got, I don't know if you can tell, but we've got a slant. It all runs downhill. It's not a horrible slant, but it's enough to make a difference. So we're splitting those 2 beds there and putting a 4-foot walkway in between them. That way, as water drainage comes down this way, it doesn't completely block it. It does let some through, and then it'll hit the big one and it'll help filter through there. That way all the watershed doesn't just drain quickly this way. So, anything else you want to share?
I need a rake.
You need a rake? That's not a rake.
You have a job.
No, I don't.
My accountant wouldn't let me get one.
True. You got to take it up with the Lord, because we got to wait on him for the new income stream.
You know what he says? Make one.
There you go. Amen.
I'm digging for clay.
You're digging for clay. So we have a lot of sand out here, but in some patches you might be able to find some clay, and so they're trying to see if we've got any clay on our property. So if you missed our last video, Matt, after lots of prayer and consideration, quit his long-time job, and he's got some promising things going on where we might know here in about 2-3 weeks, something like that. Some things are getting set up, so new job is probably in the works, but we're also looking at some other different things for just additional income streams. So anyways, it's a short video. Well, I guess it's not a short video, because now we gotta build the beds. So see you in a minute when we start building beds, or maybe when Matt starts building beds. So if you don't have a rake,
it ain't a willow branch.
That's not a willow branch.
That's what I said, it ain't a willow branch.
Oh, it ain't a willow branch. So if you don't have a rake, make a rake. You're kicking it really old school now. Hey, it's working. So he is clearing the ground coverage so that we can lay down hardwood cloth or hardware cloth. I'll explain that in a minute. I don't know, I hope y'all can hear this. If not, I'll record it later. Anyways, so he is clearing the ground coverage. And we will use all of those leaves later to mulch and help fill the beds, to naturally compost down or to use as mulch. So out here in this area we have voles, moles, something small rodent that likes to burrow. Tozer really enjoys digging for them, and it drives me crazy because there's holes, big holes all over my yard. Not just the little holes that they were making. Now Tozer has made them big holes. And if you're not paying attention and you're going out to hang up laundry, you might step in those and injure yourself. So, anyways, we have gotten hardware cloth, which is just, it's like a metal fencing, but it's like super tiny holes. And we got that to lay down to prayerfully keep those burrowing animals from digging up our garden from the inside out. Now, what we're going to do in terms of them coming out of the ground next to the bed and getting into and climbing up into it, I don't know. But for right now, that's a problem for another day. So right now, we are going to put that hardware cloth down, and then we're going to build the frame of the beds on top of that so it anchors it and they can't, hopefully, dig up around it. And then inside on top of that, we have built up from moving and packages and stuff like that. We have this and an entire other porch full of cardboard boxes to just tear down and lay down on top of that. And then we're going to put our soil and compost mixture on top of that, and then we will plant into it, and then we will use the ground coverage, all the fallen leaves, to mulch around that. That's our plan right now, subject to change. Hey guys, so I'm going to split this video into two. It is about 4:30 and I've got to go in and start working on dinner here in just a few minutes and get some laundry done. The boys are going to keep working until they lose light, which is right about the time that dinner will be done. So I can't record anything else. But right now they've got things lined up and they're working on the hardware cloth. So they're going to roll that out, line up the boards. I don't know how much of it will get done today, but we'll be right back at it tomorrow afternoon, weather permitting, after church. So thanks for joining us, and see you next time here at Grit and Grace Farm. I might have lied, sorta. Hey guys, so gonna add this to the end of the video. I was cooking dinner and Finley came in to let me know, or actually came in to get a drink, and while he was there he let me know that they had the first bed finished and light's about to be gone, and dinner's got like 8 minutes to be done, so I'm rushing out real quick to see it and I'll show it to you. So excited. Good job, honey.
One,
Yay! Okay, okay. Very cool. Sweetheart, this looks excellent. Yay!
Don't push too hard on the center. You want one screw holding it in,
Yeah.
but otherwise it ain't going anywhere.
Cool. Yeah, well, we're going to put
This isn't,
supports,
I
though.
know, but
It's beautiful.
It ain't going nowhere.
Look at that. Those are gorgeous. Yay! I'm so excited. So, yay, we got one bed done today. Well, I say we. Matt got one bed done today. Good job. Woohoo! Go team. See y'all next time.